All right, welcome to Core Prep on Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We'll go through a quick core prep today, looking at flexion extension. We'll go through several different positions, from standing to seated, sideline to prone to supine. Really what I'm wanting and looking for is just making sure that we're moving in spinal flexion, spinal extension as optimally as we can. If there's no pain or discomfort, make sure that you're really trying to tune in to the trunk, how it feels, the range that you have, and then we'll see if that translates through all these different positions. You might actually feel a little bit better in some than others. Depending on the orientation to gravity, a couple can be a lot easier than others. Just keep that in the back of your head. We'll finish up with some externally loaded stuff, whether that be a band or a plate or something like that at the end, and then go back and just recheck how we're moving. So without further ado, let's start with flexion extension of the spine. So the first one we want to start with is we're going to start with flexion. So hands across the chest here, knees slightly bent. And all I want you to think about is crunching down, okay? Now, as I crunch down, I'm trying not to bend at the waist. So if I'm sideline here, so there's not a ton of motion. I'm just crunching down. And how does that feel side to side? Okay. Are you tight when you do that? Is it easy? Okay. Just coming back to kind of a neutral position, not overextending. Good. Then we'll go into extension. So again, nice and tall, hands across the chest, and we're just extending back as far as you can and up. So my pelvis, you should notice, is it rocking forward when I do this? I'm just extending through the spine. Couple more of these. Good. All right, so we're gonna go seated position. So if you've got a chair, go ahead and grab a chair, bench, whatever. If you're gonna set on the floor, that's completely fine as well. I don't have a bench or a chair, so I'm gonna use the floor. And I'll start my legs out in front. If this is uncomfortable, again, you can bend your knees, kind of get yourself out of a little bit of tension of those hip flexors if they're really tight. Okay, so then what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to sit up nice and tall, and I'm going to crunch down and try to sit up nice and tall. Crunch down, try to sit up nice and tall. Crunch down. Now I'm not overextending. Okay, so if I'm going sideline, you can see me here. So I'm just crunching down, sitting up, crunching down, sitting up. Okay, so now I'm going to start sitting up, and then I'm going to extend back. Seeing how that feels. More of these. Perfect. All right, let's go sideline. All right, so if I'm sideline here, I'm still going to cross my arms. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually tuck and crunch. And as I crunch, I'm really squeezing my abdominals here, and then I extend back. Now, as you extend back, we don't want to go into full extension, okay? We'll get to that in a second. So from here, I just want to crunch. And you're going to notice the friction of your arm rubbing against the ground makes this a little more difficult, but not extreme. And we're just going through that motion. And again, my hips aren't moving. It's just my trunk. get one more of these. Good. Then we're going to start from that neutral position as we're just lying sideline. And from here, we're just going to arch back and back to neutral. Arch back to neutral. And how does it move? Does it feel easier? Is it harder? One more. Perfect. All right, let's flip it over. Let's go to the other side. Again, we're going to stack our hips. Try to get our bodies in a straight line, arms across the chest again. And from here, we're just crunching. And then back up. Crunch. Back up. Does this side feel a little easier, a little harder than the other side? Good. From here, we're going to extend and then back. Extend, back. Good. Let's go under our backs. Okay. If you want, you can bend your knees ever so slightly. So from here, hands across the chest again. We're going to kind of tuck our chin slightly, and we're just going to crunch up. Now, when we crunch up, I still should have my lower back pinned on the ground. Okay. We're not crunching all the way up. I just want to, we're rounding that thoracic spine into flexion here, and then all the way back down. Crunch, 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 back down. Good. Let's try to extend. Now, as you try to extend, this is going to be rather difficult. So really what you're going to feel is how that lower back wants to kind of come off the mat a little bit, and we're just going to extend. So you're not going to get a ton of extension because the floor is basically keeping you from doing so. So we're just going to extend and almost just shoving into the ground, and relax and extend and relax and extend and relax and extend and relax and extend and relax, extend, relax, and extend and relax. Perfect. So let's go prone, but the way we're going to do it today is we're going to go on all fours. Okay. So instead of being flat, we're going to be on all fours. As I'm here, I'm kind of keeping my spine in this neutral-ish position. So it's not like overly flexed, not overly extended, just kind of in a neutral-ish position. So from here, we're going to go flexion first. So we're going to tuck the chin, and we're just going to flex down, and then back to kind of a neutral-ish position. Tuck the chin, just trying to make a hump. Tuck the chin. And how far can you go? Tuck the chin. Tuck the chin. Tuck the chin. Good. So now let's go extension. So now we're just going to extend. Now I'm not going to really extend my neck as I do this. I'm going to try to keep it kind of straight up, straight down. I'm just trying to extend, push through my hands, and extend my spine. Okay. So try to keep that chin tucked so it's not sticking out. Couple more. Good. All right. Next, Let's go through a little exercise, all right? Hold on 1 second. All right. So from here, grab your band, okay, or a dumbbell or a plate or something that weighs something, okay? So the first one, we're gonna take our bands here, okay, and we're just going to bring them over our shoulders. So the band should be behind us. I'm standing nice and tall, and from here, I'm just crunching down, and I'm using the band to give me some resistance into spinal flexion, okay? Now, if you don't have a band, okay, if you just have a plate, we can take our dumbbell here, and from here, we can just push it out because the dumbbell is trying to bring us into flexion. So we can challenge that flexion by pushing in and out. And if you want to make it a little more challenging, like get a slight flex, push out, back in, push out, back in. Okay. So that's the first one. Let's go through that and let's hit up about 15 reps. So we're just crunching, extending. Couple more here. Good. All right, perfect. So if you've got your band, the next one, we're just going to face the band here, and we're just going to go into extension. Okay, driving back. If you have a dumbbell, okay, you can kind of bring this behind your head if you want. Extend back. Okay, so I'm going to take my band, bring it to my chest, and just go through light extension. Again, getting about 15 reps. A couple more here. Good. All right, so next one, okay? I'm gonna go seated, okay? Just like we were, so if you wanna grab your chair, you can grab your chair. And I'm just going through flexion. If you've got your dumbbell, you can basically hold it in front of your chest and just bring it straight out, okay? But I've got my band here, so I'm just gonna keep my band just up and down. Let's get a couple more of these. Perfect. Then I'm gonna flip around. Oop. Grab this back. I'm gonna bring my band here, and again, just going into extension. Good. All right. Perfect. So we got the standing and seated. Let's go here. And we're going to go sideline first. Okay. And from here, what I want to try to do is I'm going to try to work into extension first, sideline. Okay. Just like that. If you have your dumbbell, you can take your dumbbell, hold it across your chest. Okay. It's a little tougher with the band because you're getting that tension that's driving you into flexion here. And we're just driving straight back. Couple more here. Good. So let's keep the band where it is currently and just switch sides. Okay. And from here, now the band's pulling this direction. And now we can challenge flexion, okay, with the band. So we're pulling the band into some tension as we go into flexion. Get about 4 more of these. Good. All right. So if you've got a band, let's move that band over the opposite direction and we'll go through both of those again. I don't have anything to tether mine off of to this side. So let's go through that flexion extension all over again. So if you tether it to the other side, okay, what we're looking for is we want that band, okay, if we're going into extension, want that band here. So if I were going to do it on the other side, I would just turn my back to you guys. And from here, I can get extension on the other side. Okay. Good. So then I would switch over and again, facing away from you guys so I can hit the other side going into flexion. Couple more. Good. Then I'm going to flip over on my back. I'm going to have the band coming from behind me. Okay. And from here, my hands are just across my chest. All right. Crunching up. So I'm getting a little bit of resistance from the band. If you want to hold your hands by your head, you can. You got a dumbbell, just put the dumbbell or the plate on your chest. It's coming up, getting a good squeeze. couple more of these. Good. So let's go prone. We're not going to use anything. We're just going to go into some isometrics. So first one we're going to go through here is extension. So we're going to extend, hold it, and then relax. Okay. So we're just here, neutral position again. So you're not overly extended, not overly flexed. You want to keep your head kind of right in line with your spine here. We're going to extend. So I'm going to extend through the lower back. I'm going to hold it. So I want to feel like I'm really pushing my belly button to the ground. And then I'm going to relax. I'm going to extend. And relax. Extend. And relax. A couple more here. Extend. Relax. Extend. Relax. Good. From here, we're going to go flexion. We're going to tuck it underneath. And I want to feel like my belly button's getting sucked up into my stomach all the way through my back. So I'm up, holding, and relax. And up. And relax. And up. And relax. And up. And relax. And up. And relax. Perfect. Let's get back to our feet. Okay. So now we're back on our feet. Let's just go through flexion extension and see how your back feels and your trunk feels after going through some of that stuff. Okay. So hands on top of the shoulders here. And we're just going into flexion, just nice and easy. Let gravity kind of take it there. And up. And flex. And up. Flex. Up. Flex. And up. Good. Let's go into extension. So nice and tall, just extend back. Not moving the pelvis, just getting extension through the spine. Whatever you got, might be a lot, might be not very much. Perfect. Let's grab our chair or ground, whatever you're using. Okay. Legs in front. We're going to start, hands on the chest or on top of the shoulders again. Just going to kind of slouch and let it crunch down and then up. Not going into extension, just trying to get more of a neutral posture. I'll go to the side so you can see a little bit better. It's just crunch, up, crunch, up, crunch, up, crunch, up, crunch, up. Now we're going to go up and extend, and extend, and extend. A couple more of these, just trying to get good extension. Good. All right, let's go sideline. So I'm going to start on my right side. So from here, arms across again. And from here, we're just crunching down and then back up. Crunching down, back up. Good. Then let's go into extension from here. Extend back, back to neutral. Good. All right, let's flip it around. See how it feels laying on the left side. So here, crunching down, bringing it up. Good. Let's go extension. Perfect. All right, let's go on our backs. So from here, bend your knees if you want. Just crunching up, back down. Crunching up, back down. Good. Let's see how extension feels. Again, not really extend, like the pelvis isn't driving way up. All you're feeling is how that lower back wants to arch, and you're going to push into the ground nice and light and relax. Push into the ground nice and light. So there's a little bit of a gap. So it goes from being really no gap to a little bit of a gap as you try to extend into the ground. One more. Good. All right, let's flip it over. So let's get on all fours. So I'm here. From here, I'm just driving my back up through the ceiling, back to neutral. Just how far can you go? Is it easier than before? Good. Now let's tuck it under. So extension. Notice my neck isn't extending with it. I'm just extending at the lower back. Good. All right. All right, guys. That's all I got for you this morning. Hope you enjoyed core prep. Obviously, to all the mothers, happy Mother's Day again. If you're not a mother, make sure you call your mother or text her at least and wish her a happy Mother's Day. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll be back with you again on Tuesday. If you missed the prep today, don't worry about it. We'll have it uploaded to our YouTube channel, Body Activation LLC. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to the channel so you get all the updates. We're continually posting videos on there for you guys to hopefully help you out with any movement struggles that you might be having. Outside of that, again, hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you on Tuesday. Thanks.